From Studio 16 in the heart of Santa Monica, this is Santa Monica Weekly with your hosts, Chris Baelish and Veronica Castro. On this week's show,
coming up, see how Santa Monica welcomes these world athletes headed to the World Games.
Coming up, we'll tell you why people are getting soaked in Santa Monica.
Hi everyone, welcome to Santa Monica Weekly, your local news and information headquarters for the city of Santa Monica. I'm Chris Baelish.
And I'm Veronica Castro. Thanks for joining us. First up today, it'll soon be a lot easier to get around in Santa Monica.
That's right, testing of the Expo light rail line has already begun. I was there, and folks, this is a big deal.
Today's a wonderful day, and if you look over my shoulder, you'll see the train says coming soon. Well, it can't come soon enough for Santa Monica. We've worked on this for decades. People going back to Darrell Clark and Denny Zane have helped make this happen. I'm thrilled to get to be mayor now as the train finally, for the first time, rolls under its own power into Santa Monica.
This represents the first time in roughly about 60 years that light rail has returned to the city, and so we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to exposing a lot of people who've not had the opportunity to visit Santa Monica. We're looking forward to them being able to have an easy way of hopping on a train and coming down to see all of the things that we have to offer in our wonderful city.
We are adding additional resources on both sides, and we're going to wait and see. And it's really kind of to see how traffic patterns change, and we'll adapt to that.
So there's a different way of getting around. It used to be you had to choose either you got in your car or you rode the bus. Now there's a tremendous range of mobility choices that mean that it may not be seamless all the time, but we hope to make it painless.
And remember, safety first. Please obey all warning signs and traffic signals when crossing the tracks. Expect trains to be moving on any track in any direction at any time, and never walk on the train tracks. Stay tuned to Santa Monica Weekly for continued coverage of the Expo line's progress.
Well, last week, Southern California hosted the Special Olympics World Games, where more than 7,000 athletes from 177 countries competed in 27 sporting events.
Santa Monica hosted the athletes from Brazil and Romania, and I was there to see the special welcome that they received from our city. Santa Monica is honored to be an official host town of the 2015 Special Olympic World Games, and today we're at the original Muscle Beach to help welcome the athletes.
Well, bon dia. So we're welcoming you to Santa Monica with open arms. The Special Olympics are actually special to Santa Monica. This is a beloved sporting and humanitarian event. We just are thrilled to see the unparalleled spirit, enthusiasm, teamwork, joy, courage, skill, all these things that you have brought to our community. They're hallmarks of the Special Olympics, which feature 25 different Olympic-style events.
So today was kind of the first day that they have here. We had breakfast today, and they loved it, the American food, and they absolutely love everything. And it's awesome for them. They're riding on the bus, taking pictures. This is everything. It's everything new for them, and I'm really excited for them too. Today is the day for them, and we're gonna enjoy Santa Monica, and we're really excited about it.
This event is all about, the Special Olympics are all about you, the athletes who are going to participate.
We in Santa Monica are fortunate enough to host two teams, Romania and Brazil. And while these athletes are here to compete, we want to make sure they have some fun. So we're going to show them the fun side of Santa Monica.
Well, Mary Powell, who runs Pacific Park out on the pier, has been involved with Special Olympics for multiple years. And, learning and watching her and her team and how involved they were in the volunteer opportunities and the inspiring stories, we had to get involved. We talked about it and talked to a potential few sponsors who all said, gosh, that sounds wonderful. The excitement just caught on, and really the question became, how do you not be a host town for the Special Olympics? I mean, this is such a caring community and all about inclusiveness, and we're so lucky where we live that part of my job, and personally too, that I enjoy is sharing.
So remember, come out, support the athletes. They're headed to the World Games. All of the competitions are free and open to the public. So come out and support.
If you are inspired by the determination and passion of these incredible athletes and would like to get more information on how you can be a part of Santa Monica's own West Side Special Olympics, please visit 3squaresinc.com.
And what's a great way to get an early start on your weekend?
Answer, head over for a picnic on the promenade. Reporter Jackie Brick was there at this annual summer event.
Summer is the perfect time to get out and enjoy all that Santa Monica has to offer. And what better way to spend an afternoon than with a picnic at the promenade? All right, guys, why come out to the 3rd Street Promenade?
We just wanted to enjoy our summer, you know, come see a good movie here at the movie theater. Yeah, but there's never like an actual DJ, so it was pretty cool when we saw Power 106 come out.
What do you love so much about coming out to the promenade to sit down and just enjoy all the passersby?
Oh, I like to see the stores and what they're offering, and I also like the beautiful greenery around the middle, and I love just being around people and eating a lunch with music.
Kevin, you're the coordinator of this whole event. What was the inspiration behind this idea?
Well, we know that the promenade is famous for sort of its people watching, its great restaurants, the beautiful sunshine, and the cool ocean breezes. So how do we capitalize on all of that? Well, we decided just to create our own sort of outdoor dining area here. And so that was sort of our inspiration for it. We kicked it off last year for the promenade's 25th anniversary. And yeah, that's Picnic on the Promenade, essentially. It runs all the way through August 21st.
The next Picnic on the Promenade is August 7th, where you can create chalk art masterpiece and build your own floral wristlet and hair clip.
Oh, a hair clip and a floral wristlet.
Yeah, just for you, Chris.
I'm there, 100%. All right, we're going to take a quick break. In the meantime, open up your calendar app on your iPhone or your Android device.
Because when we return, we're going to let you know about upcoming events happening in Santa Monica.
And don't forget, a great way to stay informed about what's happening in our city is to follow us on Twitter. # Santa Monica Weekly. We'll be right back.
I thought I had everything under control. Then, one day, something happened. I didn't know how to stop it. I didn't know there was help. Until someone told me.
Providing access to justice, the Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles can help with domestic violence issues, eviction defense, government benefits, immigration, and other civil legal issues.
Who knows what gratitude means? Nicholas?
To be thankful.
Writing letters to our military is a great way to say thank you for their service.
Frisco! Somebody loves you.
Dear soldier, thank you for keeping me safe. You're my hero.
To donate or send a care package to America's heroes, visit OperationGratitude.com.
Riding a bicycle can seem like child's play.
But only if you're playing indoors. Cars and bikes need to play together.
Play it safe. Ride by the rules.
Hey, share the road.
Discover 30 years of opera in Santa Monica. Discover the Verdi Chorus.
Welcome back to Santa Monica Weekly, your best source for all the need-to-know information and fun events happening around the city.
First up, if you want to be a part of LA's favorite summer tradition, make sure that you head to the Santa Monica Pier this week for the Twilight concert series. This Thursday, Australia is rocking the pier with Ben Browning of Cut Copy with DMAs. Make sure that you take advantage of the city's free bike valet program located right beside the pier, or if you're driving, you can also avoid the parking scramble and prepay online.
So I've done the bike valet. It is so easy, and I still think that's one of the best ways to get to the Twilight concerts because you just zip right through the traffic. You don't have to park, you don't even have to pay, and you don't have to lock up your bike.
Yeah, and it takes you right there.
Takes you right there. And also Big Blue Bus, highly recommend, so you don't have to deal with the parking situation.
Oh yeah, there's thousands of people that head to the pier, which makes it so much fun. But you know, the driving can get a little crazy, so take advantage for sure.
And if you're looking for fun for your little ones, Tongva Park has an interactive family event coming up. Family Saturdays presents Children's Theater on Saturday, August 8th from 10 a.m. till noon. Save the date for a morning of kid-friendly theater in the park. This is a fun event and it's free and open to the public. Get your little ones up on stage.
Oh yeah, so good for their self-esteem. So fun to watch and record, have lifelong family memories. Make sure you go out.
Yeah, my nieces and nephews, I would think they would be shy, but every time there's a stage or to do a puppet show or sing, they love it.
How fun.
This is a great way to bring out the little performer.
Oh
in your
yeah,
kids.
and here's another free event for the whole family. The 10th annual Jazz on the Lawn Summer Concert Series returns this year. It's a free live music concerts that happen on Sundays throughout the month of August. The time is from 5 to 7. It's in Stewart Park, so come on down, dance, relax, and enjoy lively music in the park.
And bring some food, bring a picnic, or there's also food trucks there.
Yummy, my
food
favorite.
Trucks. And from what I hear, everybody brings their pets. So
Oh,
bring
nice.
your dog, bring your cat.
Everyone from the family can come on out.
Right, bring the whole gang. All right, do you have ideas to improve the livability, character, or connectivity of Lincoln Boulevard? Then join your neighbors and local businesses for the second Link Community Workshop. It's on Thursday, August 6th from 7 to 9 p.m. You can weigh in on exciting proposals for Lincoln Boulevard south of the I-10 freeway. This event will seek guidance from the community pertaining to the future of this very important boulevard.
And that's what's great about living in Santa Monica is they really do like the community's input for all of their new projects. So please let your voice be heard and go out and give your opinions.
Right, and it's great for people to have that opportunity. Even if your opinion is not, put into practice, it's still a great way to say, hey, I think it should be look like this or be like that.
Oh, totally. And Chris, have you heard of SM Alerts?
Yes, great system.
It's a notification system that'll keep you informed in case of an emergency. So for example, it's a way to stay connected and up to date in case of a natural disaster. If you sign up for SM Alerts, you'll be sent emergency messages and community updates when you need them and where you need them. You can register as many devices as you'd like at smalerts.net.
Yeah, for example, there was some lightning strikes, I think in the Venice area recently. So summer storms, earthquake, fires, anything like that, even like a huge traffic disaster, all that you can find out about with a text on your cell phone from SM Alerts. So worth signing up for.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And it'll let you know like which areas to avoid. If you if you're getting ready to go to work and something's going on, you'll be the first one to know to stay away from a certain area.
Well, are you looking for an evening of good old-fashioned family fun? Well, then check out the 4th annual Cardboard Yacht Regatta at the Annenberg Beach House. It's on Saturday, August 29th, 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. You've heard about this, right?
Yes, it seems so much fun.
Oh, it's so much fun. I saw pictures online and it looks like a blast. Teams of 2 construct yachts made from corrugated cardboard and duct tape, and then they vie for awards in the different categories. You can register for $15 per team, but here's the thing, even if you're not going to go and build a yacht out of cardboard, anyone can come down and watch and cheer on the yachts, and they paint them big, vibrant colors. They might paint them after a Santa Monica landmark like the Pier or the Statue of Liberty in New York or something, and the kids love it.
Yeah, what a great tradition, too, to start with your family. If you're looking for something to do every year, that's a great way to get creative and get the kids involved. And
who doesn't love duct tape? I have like 10 rolls.
That's the best reason why you should do it. And another fun event at the Annenberg Community Beach House is exclusively for the adults, which is always nice, especially if you have kids. On August 14th from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m., the pool will be open just for adults 18 and older with fun themes, music, and activities. Try your hand at coconut bowling, something I've never done before. Drop into the ukulele lounge or simply float in the pool. Complimentary fruit bars and tropical s'mores will be available while they last, and tickets are only $10 and no reservation is required.
I love going to the pool with the little ones. They splash, they have a blast, but sometimes you just want to, relax, a little more peace and quiet, read a good book, and not have to worry about, all the kids running around.
Totally.
All right, Santa Monica's second universally accessible playground is coming to the beach north of the pier. The playground will be located east of the bike path at Montana Avenue, close to restrooms, parking, and a pedestrian overpass. The City of Santa Monica is kicking off the project by seeking public input that's needed to ensure that the design will meet community needs. You're invited to take a quick survey online at santamonicaparks.org by August 16th. People completing the survey will be entered into a raffle to win a family pool pack at the Annenberg Community Beach House. And that goes back to what you were saying, city looking for feedback and input for this park.
And the park is going to be good for kids with all abilities, so make sure that you go and give your input.
Yep.
And Santa Monica Weekly is a great way to get the word out about fun events happening around the city.
So, of course, if you know about an upcoming activity that's open to the public, we would love to know about it, and we'll try to get it featured on the show.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, where we post about all the fun and important events in our city. # Santa Monica Weekly. We'll be right back.
Care packages give hope while you're away fighting battles. But what happens when battles follow you home? JVS Veterans First helps returning soldiers transition to civilian life with services such as peer support, career counseling, and job training.
JVS Veterans First can help. Own your honor.
Visit jvsla.org for more information.
The Santa Monica Museum of Art. Take a closer look.
At the Boys and Girls Club of Santa Monica, we build long-lasting relationships with our kids.
Love. Friendships.
Support. Trust.
Learning.
I know. Fun. All that and a lot more.
We're not just a club. We're family.
Great futures start here.
Welcome back to Santa Monica Weekly. Now we're going to talk about a major redesign of the Big Blue bus routes.
Joining us on set today is Big Blue Bus Director of Transit Services, Ed King.
Ed King, thank you so much for joining us in Studio 16. So let's start with a little bit of background on the Big Blue Bus. How many people do you serve, and where can people go on the Big Blue Bus?
Well, thanks for inviting me back. It's a pleasure to be back with you. So we cover 51 square miles of the west side of Los Angeles, and we carry over 18 million riders every year.
Wow,
so,
this is a big operation.
It's a huge operation, and just to give you a little bit of an eye view of what the areas we cover, we go as far south as Los Angeles International Airport and the Green Line station there. We serve Westwood, UCLA. The Rapid 10, as we talked about, Chris, before the show started,
Downtown.
all the way downtown,
Yep.
Los Angeles, and all the way up to almost to Malibu on the north end. So we have a vast service area, very divergent population that we cover, and a lot of different riders, and it's exciting, it's challenging for us.
Absolutely right. And one of the things I find fascinating, and I ride the bus all the time, a lot of international tourists and travelers come here and they ride the bus because they don't have a driver's license or whatever, but you can hear 12 different languages on the Big Blue Bus in any given day. It's awesome.
Sure, it's the diversity of our ridership is unique, I think, to especially to Los Angeles, because we do connect to LAX, we connect to downtown Los Angeles, and when tourists come here to visit our city, they don't rent a car just because there's no parking, number one, and the congestion, number two, so they rely on us to transport them around the area when they're here, not just in the city, but all over the west side.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about the light rail line. Expo line will essentially kind of cut Santa Monica in half. How is that going to affect Big Blue Bus service?
Wow, it's going to bring some unique challenges, but I think it's an outstanding opportunity, not just for Big Blue Bus, but the entire community in the city to embrace a new mode of travel here. And it's something that we haven't seen since the opening of the 10 freeway. And it changes our structure. And we were very proactive when we understood the rail line was coming in. And we wanted to be proactive, unlike our partners, Metro and Culver City Bus, who are just going to kind of sit back and react to what's going to happen when the rail line starts operating. And we have 7 new rail stations in our service area. And we have new service that will connect to each one of those stations. So kind of the objectives behind our analysis were, number one, to make sure we had first and last mile connectivity to each one of the rail stations. As you know, there's very little parking at any of the stations. The Mid-City station here in Santa Monica will have a handful of spots. Bundy about 200 spots, but then
Mid-City is 17th Street?
17th Street station, and we'll also serve Bergamot and the 4th Street terminus here in Santa Monica. But as you make your way east, there is really no parking available at those stations. So we felt a real need for our customers and people who might not want to take a bus right now that would be interested in taking rail to make sure they can get to those stations. We also work with our partners, Metro and Culver City Bus, and the other city departments to make sure if they weren't going to take a bus, what other modality would be available. So keeping in mind pedestrian and bicycle access at the stations, as well as kiss and ride and shuttle availability for the stations. So when we were assisting in the design at the stations, wanted to make sure not only Big Blue Bus had adequate space for our routes and our customers to get to the station and interface with the train, but also other modalities. And then lastly, I think a really exciting piece of this for us is operating a demand response service in the evening when we don't have a great deal of service on the street. So we'll put out there a kind of Uber-like type of service on weekends in the evening. So if you're at an event in Los Angeles at Staples Center or somewhere else at USC for a football game and you're coming back into the city after 10 or 11 o'clock at night, some of our routes don't operate as often as they do during the peak service or in the midday. So we'll have a door-to-door shuttle from the Mid-City station directly to your home.
Exciting times.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and then kind of going back to our fixed route system, 19 of our 20 routes are going to change. And that means, we've done a lot of work out in the community and engaging the community and helping us, design that service. But we have 6 new routes. And the other objective, I think, we really focused on was being able to provide more north-south connectivity in our community and east of here. So some of the new routes will be on 4th Street, on 14th, on 20th, on 26th Street. And then as you move east along Bundy, Barrington, and Sepulveda, so that there are good connections north-south to the new rail stations along those corridors.
So when will this new service plan go into effect, and how can people get more info on the new route?
Sure, so that's a really timely question, Veronica. We are starting the implementation of the change in our routes August 23rd. Because of the scale and scope of the changes, whenever you try and really, it's the largest and most significant change to our system in our 80-year history.
Wow.
Whenever you take on that type of a project, it takes a while to phase in those changes. So we're starting this August. One of the new corridors will be Barrington that we will implement. We'll make some tweaks to some of the other service. And then next February will be probably the most significant changes in the system, with a number of the new routes launching and modifications to the others, because we're anticipating that the rail will start operating sometime in the spring, March, April, May is what we understand now, if the testing goes well. And I think everybody in the community has seen the train operating in a test mode here over the last couple of weeks. So that's exciting and is bringing some enthusiasm to not just transit proponents here in the community, but I think everyone in the community that would like to get around a different way instead of sitting in your automobile. And the other emphasis is really trying to reduce the single occupancy vehicle trips that we generate here and that come into our community. I don't have to tell you, we have some of the worst congestion in the entire United States here on the west side in this city, and I think this is a great alternative for people to evaluate and help them get to where they need to be in a more timely and economical manner.
Absolutely.
We've heard a lot about new technology, Next Bus. Mm-hmm. What is this? How does it work?
Yeah, that's Chris, a great question. We just launched Next Bus, and it's a mobile application whereby you don't need a printed schedule or a trip planner anymore. You can actually plan your trip with your mobile phone, with a smartphone or your iPhone. You can go out to your bus stop and see when the next 2 or 3 buses are scheduled to be there. So it'll give you within 60 seconds when your trip's going to be available. So if you're in a meeting or in your office or at school or shopping and you're trying to plan your trip, whether it's home or to the next place in your venture, you can look on your phone and figure out when the next bus is going to be at the most convenient stop, and it'll give you a mapping component to show you where the nearest stops are to where you're actually at. The other unique thing about our product is that it interfaces with Metro's Next Trip Planner. So even if you don't want to take a Big Blue bus, you want to take a Metro bus, it gives you some options as a customer to see what's coming next. And that's the other thing about our project is being a better partner with the other agencies here in the region. And we work very closely with Metro now. They were able to reduce 15% of the miles traveled here in Santa Monica, and some of the redundancies that we have in our similar corridors, like on Santa Monica and Wilshire, and other corridors that we serve together. And rather than doing that side by side, doing it more efficiently and economically, and reducing some of those redundancies.
And how can someone sign up for Next Bus, or how does someone have access to that?
Sure, you just go on your phone and plug in the Next Bus application. It's very simple and it's free. And go to the App Store and it's free, and you just load it up on your phone.
That's great.
So cool. Let's talk about bikes on the Big Blue bus. I've done this many times. I've never had a problem where the bike rack was already full, so I've always been very lucky in that regard. But for people who've never done it, is it easy? How does it work?
Sure, it's really easy, Chris, and I think, you know, when you look at multimodality here and interoperability in the region, bike bus travel and bike train bus travel is going to be much more popular. So what we've done, understanding that more bikers will want to be on the Big Blue bus, we transitioned to a 3-position bike rack so that there is more capacity on the bus. Right now, every one of our buses has a 2-position bike rack, but all of our buses later this month will have a 3-position bike rack. So we have more capacity, and because we do have issues when we get to a stop and someone has a bike or a couple of people have a bike and not everybody can get their bike loaded and get on the bus. So what we want to do is reduce the number of bikes that are locked down at our bus stops and be able to provide customers and the community more accessibility to using the bus system with their bicycles.
Now, Big Blue Bus makes it a priority to run as clean as possible. Can you explain about the new Clean Fuel campaign?
Sure. Yeah, that's something that we've been a leader in, not just here in Southern California, but I think in the United States. And what we've been able to do over the years is eliminate all of our diesel use in our buses. So in late 2013, we retired our oldest diesel buses, which were from 1998 and 2000, and now we have a 100% alternative fuel fleet. There's a portion of the fleet that's LNG, and then the other portion is CNG. But what we've done recently is working with Clean Energy, our partner in fuel delivery, and our maintenance of our fueling system is to be even more and clean. And so we're using a fuel now, and we're unique. We're only one of a couple of agencies in the country and on the public transit side that's using Redeem. And Redeem is a renewable CNG, and rather than fracking or fracturing.
Sure. So it's basically like gas that would have just
escaped into the environment at a landfill. It's captured, and it is filtered and cleaned, and it is reclaimed.
Ed King, thank you so much for joining us today in Studio 16, and we look forward to experiencing the evolution of Blue.
Great, thank you very much.
All right, and that's our show for this week. Thank you all very much for joining us, and thanks to Ed and all of our reporters and guests who appeared on the show this week.
Please join us again next week, and remember to set your DVR to record us, or you can also watch us on our YouTube channel.
And be sure to follow us on Instagram for updates and information about all the fun things happening around town. We'll be back next week with another edition of Santa Monica Weekly. I'm waiting for the soul.